How can a tiny e-commerce startup manage to beat Amazon at its own game? How did they defy the odds? How did they manage to build a billion-dollar business in a fiercely competitive market dominated by giants? In this video, not only will we take a deep dive into the fascinating story of Zappos, we'll also go a step further and separate fact from fiction. We'll separate hype from reality. Because if you're trying to grow a business, you want to know what is it that actually propelled Zappos to unimaginable heights, and how you can apply these same principles to your company, right? You'll be surprised to learn that what actually allowed Zappos to beat their competition is not what entrepreneurs usually think when they think of Zappos. There's one surprising ingredient responsible for their enormous success, and almost nobody talks about it. We'll uncover this little-known secret in this video, because it can help you beat your competition in a way that's gonna leave them clueless. After this video, you'll be able to take your competition's market share away like candy from a baby. Are you ready? Let's go! Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a hypothetical company where every new hire is offered $4,000 to leave the company after the first 4 weeks of training. Think about it. You just spent a lot of effort to find and hire the right employee. And you spend a lot of effort, 4 long weeks, to train that employee before they can start working. And now, after all of that, you give that newly trained employee a written offer to guarantee that if they leave your company right now, they'll immediately get $4,000 in cash, on top of the salary that you've already paid for the 4 weeks. How crazy is that? Who in the world would ever do something like that? Well, this is exactly what Zappos is doing. Back in 2008, it used to be $2,000 and now it's $4,000 to leave the company after the first 4 weeks of training. But that's not the right question to ask. The right question to ask is why? And the second right question to ask is why? And the third right question to ask is what and how? Why is Zappos doing this? Why is it working? What are the results? And how can you do it? Because ultimately, you don't care what crazy stuff someone might be doing. What matters to you as the company founder or the CEO are the bottom line results from that craziness, right? And you also want to know how. How can you apply those same principles to your company if you want similar bottom line results? Well, this is where you need to put your smart strategy hat on. As you can see, I have mine already. What would you need to do? What would you have to do to make your company so irresistible to people that no more than 3% will take the $4,000 cash offer to leave the company after the first 4 weeks of training? How fast could you grow your company if you could manage to pull off that level of employee loyalty and dedication? That level of commitment to your company's success? The foundation of Zappos' success is built from 2 parts: the unique company culture and the vision driving the company. The vision part is quick to explain. A vision is something that goes far beyond of just making money. A vision is something that makes people excited and makes people want to help, even if they don't make any money from that. A vision is something that makes people feel that they're part of something. Something that is much bigger than themselves. Now you should understand why having a great vision can be such a tremendous driver for the growth of your company. But a great vision is just one part of Zappos. Equally important is their unique company culture. Tony Hsieh, the CEO of Zappos, hated to see how the company culture of his previous company, Link Exchange, had deteriorated before he sold that company to Microsoft. This is why at Zappos he focused on building a company culture that would make people not only love to work at Zappos, but also make them want to go the extra mile. The extra mile that you need to go if you want exceptional customer satisfaction. And if you want that customer satisfaction to translate into word of mouth that rapidly grows your business. The next question is then, how do you create a company culture of this kind? Zappos had created a list of 10 core values to underpin and guide the company culture. And they've used the same core values to create appropriate interview questions for interviewing job candidates. But the interesting part is that, as Tony Hsieh said himself, it doesn't matter which core values you choose for your company culture. What matters is that you stick to those core values once you choose them. This also means that you only ever hire people who align with those core values. This alignment with the core values that you define, and that is where the magic comes from, the alignment. If you only ever hire people who align with your core values 100%, and if you always fire people who demonstrate to be misaligned with your values, you end up with a team that's akin to a laser. This alignment, this is what turns a bunch of people into a super powerful laser that cuts through solid steel. That's a big advantage when most of your competition can barely cut through paper. Tommy Hsieh understood early on that to beat Amazon at its own game, Zappos had to offer not just good, but exceptional customer service. Zappos needed a kind of customer service that would turn customers into raving fans who spread the word about Zappos far and wide. This commitment was baked right into one of the core values of Zappos, the core value number 1, deliver wow through service. Satisfying customers was not enough. They wanted to wow their customers. So this commitment, this kind of thinking ultimately came from the company culture. And making sure that everyone is 100% aligned with that culture. And because of that, people doing the customer service automatically did the best job humanly possible, no matter what. As a result, Zappos employees frequently exceeded customer expectations. Here are a few examples to give you an idea. After ordering shoes for her elderly mother, a customer once realized that the shoes didn't fit properly. She called Zappos customer service to arrange a return. But when the customer service rep learned the customer was taking care of her mother who had Alzheimer's, the rep told her to keep the shoes and donate them to a charity. And then arranged for Zappos to send her a new pair of shoes in the correct size, free of charge. Remember, the Zappos service rep decided to do that on her own, without the need to ask anyone for permission. Because this kind of thinking and doing was ingrained in the company culture. How much free word-of-mouth advertising do you think did Zappos get in return for that small gesture? Would you like to have employees that automatically do work that generates massive amounts of word-of-mouth for your business? In another instance, a customer left a pair of expensive shoes in a hotel room. When they contacted Zappos to order a replacement pair, the customer service rep discovered that those shoes were out of stock. In every other business, this story would have ended here. Not so in the case of Zappos. The Zappos service rep went the extra mile and found the same pair of shoes on a competitor's website. The service rep then helped the customer place the order with a competitor. This is the stuff of legends. This is the kind of stuff that made the Zappos customer service legendary. I almost had tears coming to my eyes when I read that story. But remember, the people working at Zappos are doing this kind of legendary work and making those decisions on their own. Nobody's instructing them to do that, and they don't have to ask anyone for permission. Zappos employees are doing all that legendary work simply because they are aligned with the core values and they love their job. A short-sighted person might say in this case, Zappos had lost a sale to the competition. But anyone with more than 2 working brain cells understands that in this case, that one lost sale will be replaced by hundreds and thousands of new sales coming in as a result of your service becoming legendary. In another famous story, a Zappos customer service rep spent over 10 hours on a single phone call with a customer. The customer, who lived on the east coast of the US, called Zappos late at night with questions about various products. Zappos service rep named Sheila Labus patiently answered all the customer's questions, helped them to find the right products. And as the conversation continued, it evolved from discussing products to a more personal conversation. The customer just kept sharing stories about their life and experiences. 10 hours and 29 minutes later, that customer service call finally ended and surpassed the previous record for the longest customer call at Zappos, that was around 8 hours. These stories demonstrate not only the company's commitment to delivering exceptional customer service, but also the freedom given to employees to resolve customer issues in creative ways and to make customers happy, no matter what. It's this type of genuine personal connection and the extreme dedication to customer service. This is what sets Zappos apart from the competition and keeps customers coming back. The resulting word of mouth is something we'll talk about next, but first, guess how many people you would help if you share this video with your friends on Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you subscribe to this YouTube channel and ring the bell, you might even get a chance to join our secret Mastermind community, link in the description. Word of mouth marketing is the most powerful marketing you could ever get. So even if your word of mouth marketing isn't completely free, because your employees have the freedom and the authority to make your customers happy at any cost, your word of mouth marketing will still end up being the most cost-effective marketing of all. Now let's talk about numbers. While across various sectors the average repeat customer rate is between 20 and 40%, for e-commerce businesses in general, only about 10 to 12% are repeat buyers in fashion e-commerce. Now take a guess, what percentage of Zappos customers are repeat buyers? Pause this video now and post your guess in the comments. Come on, do it, just for fun. The percentage of Zappos customers that are repeat buyers is a whopping 75%. So out of every 4 customers, 3 come back and buy again. And again. And again. Oh, and those repeat customers also have a higher average order size. Now you should understand that if you occasionally surprise those repeat customers or first-time buyers with something extraordinary, something that delights people, it's a small price to pay for making sure that your word-of-mouth marketing machine is running smoothly. Whenever your employees do something that turns your ordinary customers into super fans, that little investment of time or money is gonna add more fuel to your word-of-mouth marketing machine. And that is gonna pay you 100 times over. Zappos spends very little on traditional advertising because they choose to invest in customer service and rely on word of mouth to spread the word about their brand. In 2009, 10 years after the company was founded, Amazon acquired Zappos for $1.2 billion. Now, what if you could achieve a similar level of word of mouth marketing in your business? What if you could make your customers so incredibly happy that they can't help but tell everyone they know about your company? Imagine the possibilities and the impact on your bottom line. So how do you get there? First, invest in your company culture and align it with a vision that excites and inspires. Second, hire people who are 100% aligned with your company's core values. Third, empower your employees to go the extra mile to create genuine connections and to wow your customers. And finally, be patient and let the magic of word-of-mouth marketing do its work. Oh, just one more thing. There's one big secret I didn't have the time to cover in this video. It is simultaneously the most overlooked and the most powerful sales booster. So even if you ignored everything from this video, that one secret mega booster alone could make your business 4 times more powerful than Zappos. So watch that video next, link in the description. In that video I reveal how a wacky startup has used this secret mega booster to force the industry dominating Coca-Cola company and Pepsi onto their knees. And there I also reveal how you can do the same with industry giants in your industry.